And is that what you did that night?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On that night, June 24th, 2009, were you able to observe any of the rehearsals?
Yes, sir, I did.
And from where were you able to observe the rehearsals?
A couple different locations, in the stands, on the floor, and there was actually a monitor that we could see the stage from in a different part. So about 3 different places I observed Mr. Jackson's performance.
Okay. And how would you describe the performance that night?
It was excellent. It was high energy. He looked pretty good.
Okay. Now, following, do you know what time you prepared to transport Mr. Jackson home that evening?
Yes, sir. It was around midnight.
Okay. And was it the same routine that you described?
Yes, yes, sir, it was. Advance team would leave and, give us a clear route, and we would take the same route that they took back to the house.
Okay. And you drove?
Yes, sir.
And were you accompanied by Mr. Williams and
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Jackson?
Yes, sir.
And at some point, either before leaving Staples Center or maybe en route, was a call made to Conrad Murray in your house at 100 North Carrollwood?
When we arrived back, there were fans. The fans, they would normally beat us there. So we pulled to the gate, and he asked us to stop so that he can take some time to speak with his fans. So he spoke with his fans for maybe 60 seconds. As the gate opened, you can see the same vehicle parked in the same fashion.
Now, you just pointed to People's 11. You're referring to Conrad
Yes, sir.
Murray's car?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, as the gate opens, what you're looking at is a direct shot of the gate opening. So when the gate opens, that's what you see. So we see Dr. Murray's car there, and then we went ahead to pull around and park at the front door.
Okay. And you said he told us to stop to talk to the fans. Were you talking, Mr. Jackson?
Mr. Jackson, yes, sir.
Okay. And you arrived around approximately 1 o'clock a.m.?
Yes, sir.
And what did you do then upon pulling in onto the actual property, the area 11?
Well, the fans, they normally would give him gifts, letters, various items. So we would take the gifts from the car. Michael Amir would get his door, and I would usually gather all the gifts along. If there was too much, other security would help out. And we would take the gifts and place them at his steps. And he would greet us before he went upstairs, good night, or whatever he would say. And we would see each other off from there.
Okay. And is that what happened that night?
Yes, sir.
So things were carried into the house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We carried the gifts into the house.
And left at the base of the stairs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then greeted each other good night? And,
yes, sir.
Okay. And then what'd you do?
And then we had a security debriefing for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. And then those of us that were relieved, we relieved ourselves, and we went on home.
Okay. And were you relieved? Were you at the end of your duty at that
Yes,
time?
sir.
Okay.
I was.
Home?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next day then, June 25th, 2009, did you return to 100 North Carrollwood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And about what time did you return?
About 11:45.
And what did you do when you got there?
Same routine. When I got there that day, I came in the gate, checked on the guard that was facing the gate, went around, checked with the guards in the security trailer, just asked the basic questions of any activities going on. And at that time, I left after that.
Okay.
AM or PM?
AM. Yes, sir.
And you said you left after that? You left the property?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so this is around noon then?
Close to noon. Yes, sir.
Okay. And why'd you leave the property?
I had to make a run to the bank. So.
And did you drove?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then while driving to the bank, did you receive a telephone call?
Yes, I did.
And from whom?
From Michael Amir.
Okay. And what did he say?
He said MJ had a bad reaction, or maybe he said MJ had a bad reaction, and he said MJ had a bad reaction, go upstairs. And I told him that I wasn't at the house. I had just made a run to the bank, and he said, okay, well, hurry up and get back and go upstairs.
Okay. And would you, security personnel and others, sometimes refer to Mr. Jackson as MJ?
Yes, sir.
So you told Mr. Williams you're on your way to the bank. Did you indicate that you'd turn around and go back to the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that what you did?
Yes.
You have a copy of the summary of phone records of Faheem Muhammad. It has been shown to defense counsel. May this be marked People's next in order. I believe it's People's 18.
It is.
And Mr. Muhammad, before testifying here today, did you have a chance to look at your phone records?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you have a chance to compare your phone records to this summary that was marked People's 18?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did this reflect the phone calls that appear on your in your phone records?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to ask you first about the phone call you received. Actually, let me make a correction here. One moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
I changed the AM to PM. Let me show you this again. The first call at 12:16 p.m. Do you see that call, Mr. Muhammad?
Yes.
And it's from a Michael Amir, from Mr. Williams to you for 29 seconds. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. And is that the phone call you just referenced where Mr. Williams asked you to go upstairs and you indicated you were going to the bank?
Yes.
And you indicated you were going to return home and get back, return back to Carrollwood?
Yes.
Okay. The next call at 12:18 p.m., it's you calling Derek Cleveland. Is he another security guard?
Yes. Yes. After Michael called me and said it was I should rush upstairs, and since I wasn't there, I wanted to call someone else to do that. So I called Derek, and I asked him to rush upstairs and tell him that I was on my way back. I'd be there shortly.
Okay. What did you got a hold of Derek?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I get a hold of Derek? Yes, sir. I believe I
Or
did.
was it a voicemail or?
Yeah, I believe. I don't recall actually. I
Okay.
don't recall if I actually spoke to him, honestly.
Okay. Could it have been a voicemail?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then when you drove back to the house,
Right.
okay. Did you pull back onto the property?
No, I didn't pull back onto the property. I
Okay.
pulled up to the gate,
Okay.
and it was a pin code. And I just typed in the pin code and went inside. I walked inside.
Okay. And did you go in? So you walked in onto the property,
Yes.
and then did you call Mr. Williams at that time at 12:20?
Yes, I did. As I said, we don't normally go upstairs at his house. So when I got back to the property, I started to just walk in the house, but that was so not a part of our routine that I said, let me double check. So I called Michael Amir back, and I just double checked with him and said, are you sure you want me to go ahead and go in and go upstairs? He said, yes, go inside, go upstairs, see what's going on.
Okay. And that's reflected here in the 12:23 p.m. phone call from Faheem Muhammad to Michael Amir Williams lasting 11 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's a number, well, let me ask you, after you got the approval that, yes, go upstairs, did you do so, enter the house and go upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. And then there's a number of, a couple of phone calls at 12:26 and 12:27 where Michael Amir is calling you and showing 0 seconds each. I assume those were calls that you did not answer?
Yeah.
And then later at 12:35, a call from Michael Amir Williams for a minute 36 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you then, after the 12:23 phone call, you then enter the house. What did you do? Did you go upstairs?
Yes, I went upstairs and through the landing into his bedroom.
Okay. When you say into his bedroom, which room as you go upstairs?
If you travel up the stairs, There's a room to your left, and then there's a room to your right. I went to the room on the right.
You have a series of exhibits here I'd like to mark, Your Honor. These have all previously been shown to defense counsel.
I'm sorry, repeat, please.
I'm sorry, these have all previously been shown to defense counsel. There's a diagram of the second floor of the residence. May that be marked People's 19?
Just do them in order, and I'll mark them at the end.
Okay. You want a description of each one, Your Honor?
Please.
Top of the stairs looking out onto the upper floor landing area, People's 20. A view into the bedroom, People's 21. A close-up view of the bed and the nightstand area, People's 22. And a view of the side of the bed, nightstand area, and chair depicting an ambu bag on the floor, People's 20.